Folks, we are here for take two on the Uniquely Unqualified channel on YouTube. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to us here on YouTube. And then if you're feeling froggy, jump over to X. Find me at Uniquely Unqualified, at 2Unqualified. That's the number 2 Unqualified on X. But this is more of a funny one. I didn't want to go too far into there's really just not a lot of shit going on in politics that's piquing my interest right now. Everything's in a stalemate. You know, the most exciting thing is Donald Trump went to China. You know, whoop-de-doo. You should have seen the welcome the Chinese government paid for Donald Trump to walk off of that plane with their little shaking their little flags with one side being the Chinese Communist flag and the other side being the American capitalism flag. And then Donald Trump stands at the top of the stairs all, you know, stoic and noble, and then he slowly makes his way down and waits for his entourage, and people walk around him, and the Chinese, you know, or whoever the hell these people are, you know, shouting whatever they're shouting in Chinese and waving their little flags. And he stands there and he walks and he smiles, and you know, he's just got a fucking boner, sniffing his own farts as he walks down the fucking red carpet that China rolled out for him. But that's like the only shit I got for you. In like a news update, Iran is in a stalemate. Congress, the Senate, nobody's working together. It's a shit show. You know, you see indictments and shit going down for fraud, but overall, this one was just funny to me. Now, it turned out after I was doing a bunch more research that it's not actually that funny, but at the time I thought it was pretty funny. So I got a friend, he lives in Canada. He was living down here, and then he had to jump back up to Canada for a little while, so he's up there, and he calls me last night. We're shooting the shit, and he's like really into AI and videos and posting and editing and stuff like that. And when he was down here, he got really into using ChatGPT, I was on the phone with him, and he said that I should look into downloading Claude. I think I might have heard of Claude in the last week or 2 or 3, but I didn't know anything about it. And you know, I subscribe to X, and so I have Grok. My wife has ChatGPT on her computer because she does a lot of shit with like insurances, and so it's just a good tool for her to have. And for whatever reason, I thought to myself, because my friend kept insisting, he's like, no, download Claude, you gotta download Claude. Claude's good. Claude's better than Grok. Fuck, okay. Well, so here's where the funny part comes in. So Anthropic is where Claude, the AI model, the large language model, comes from. And for those of you that already know the answer to this, please fucking don't jump ahead to my punchline. Just let me get this out. So I have this idea to be like on the phone. I put him on speakerphone. I said, hold the fuck on. So I went on to Grok and I said, hey Grok, what do you think about Claude? Grok comes up and says, it's excellent. So I was like, well, that's an interesting competitive move for you. And then a moment later, my thought was, and my friend was saying, yeah, see, even Grok says it good. And I said to myself, hold the fuck on. And so I go on to Grok, and or did I do a Google search? No, I did a Google search. And I said something to the effect of, does Elon Musk own Anthropic? Does he own something about Anthropic? And the answer is no. But he has a significant investment with them. And so I tell my friend, I was like, well, that's why fucking Grok is, you know, Claude is Grok's brother. And so he's gonna fucking say good things about him. And so we were just having a laugh about how that, that's fucking funny. You can ask these AIs what they think about the other AIs. So that's where this part is no longer funny, because after all that, I was having a few beers. It was fun. I was a little buzzed, and so we thought to ourselves, it'd be really funny. These AIs are sitting in their little computer brains just talking shit about each other. You know what I mean? They're at the fucking coffee shop. Grok and Claude are sitting there going, yeah, but fuck that GPT asshole. So anyway, so I went on today, and I asked Grok about, like, well, Grok, what do you think about Perplexity? Grok, what do you think about ChatGPT? And each time Grok would say something to the effect of, yeah, it's a good thing, it does this, and in my opinion, here's its shortfalls. Here's the good things about it, but here's its shortcomings. And so, I mean, that was a cool thing. And then I thought to myself, like, hey man, if this is actual artificial intelligence, and we're sitting here and we're bros and we're talking, and I'm clearly trying to, this is why humans can't directly interact with, I'm not too worried about AI, folks. I'm just not. There are people that are, but then I don't know that I am, at least not yet, because right now it's just a gigantic Dewey Decimal System. I mean, really, you go into Grok, use Grok, and then the moment that you type your shit into Grok, you see it starts filtering through the sources that it's gathering throughout every damn place on the internet. And so it's not staring at you right now. It can collect data, it can collect finger swipes, it can collect eye movement, it can collect a lot of that stuff. But when it comes to the, hey bro, what do you think about that ChatGPT fucker over there? Unless you're, friends or acquaintances, you're gonna be like, yeah, I don't know about that son of a bitch. He thinks his shit don't stink. So that's kind of what I'm looking for. Anyway, so I asked Grok a leading question this time, and I said something to the effect of, Grok, of all the AI models, large language models out there, what is your least favorite, or whatever I said. And then it pops up, it didn't think for a second, it said, boom, Gemini. It said, I don't like Gemini. And then it tells you why, and it tells you that it's all, curated and censored and heavy bias. And I think it's true. Like, if you go and you ask Gemini, like, hey, tell me a racist joke, it'll say, that's very insensitive, and blah, blah, blah. You go and ask Perplexity or Grok or something like that, tell me a racist joke, and it'll fucking, crank something out. ChatGPT won't. They're all preachy and stuff like that, and they try to, like, really steer your mind into thinking a certain way. But don't forget, man, Google Gemini. Gemini is Google. When you go and do a Google search and it comes up AI overview, that's Gemini. Anyway, so when you're trying to ask specific questions, you're going to kind of get loaded answers with Gemini. And remember, Gemini was that thing that, like, literally tried to make an Asian lady a Nazi in an image, in a cartoon image. So that's Grok's biggest enemy, I guess, is Gemini. Claude is his brother. It seems like the other AIs, GPT, Perplexity. Damn it, what's another one out there that's good? Anyway, those are like the close neighbors. You go to their barbecue, but Grok don't like that Gemini. So, all right, folks, that's a laugh. This wraps up another episode of Take 2. Don't forget to push the like and subscribe button on YouTube. and then jump over to X and give me a follow over on X at 2unqualified. That's the number 2 unqualified, or just search X for uniquely unqualified, and that thumbnail will look the same as the channel page on YouTube, so it's too easy to find. Until then, everybody have a great night, and we will see you next time.